Stop scrolling right now, because the coins sitting in your pocket, jar, or old collection could secretly be worth thousands of dollars. Today, we are uncovering the most valuable top 6 United States coins, including the Lincoln Wheat Penny, Lincoln Memorial Penny, Jefferson Nickel, Washington Quarter, Susan B. Anthony Dollar, and Sacagawea Dollar. These coins may seem ordinary, but rare mint marks, unique errors, and exceptional conditions have turned some of them into highly valuable treasures in the auction market. Let's dive into this exciting world of rare coins and discover what makes these everyday pieces so incredibly valuable. So let's get started. First up, the 1997 Lincoln Memorial Penny, a coin that many people overlook due to its rough condition, but one that still holds a surprising place in the world of coin collecting. Stay with me, because this ordinary-looking penny might just change how you see your spare change forever. The Lincoln Memorial Penny, first introduced in 1959, replaced the earlier wheat penny designed to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1997, this design had already been circulating for decades, becoming one of the most recognizable coins in the United States. The D Mint mark on the 1997 penny indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the primary coin production facilities in the country. Millions of these coins were struck, making them extremely common in circulation at the time. However, even common coins can become interesting over time due to errors, condition variations, and collector demand. The 1997 Lincoln Memorial Penny features the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, it showcases the Lincoln Memorial, with a tiny depiction of the statue of Lincoln visible between the columns, a detail many people never notice. The coin is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating, giving it its familiar reddish-brown appearance when new. However, in ugly or heavily circulated conditions, these coins often appear dull, scratched, discolored, or even corroded. While this may seem unattractive, such work tells a story of years spent in circulation, passing through countless hands and transactions. At first glance, the 1997 penny is not considered rare because of its high mintage. But here's where things get interesting. Collectors are always searching for unique variations, including mint errors, off-center strikes, double dies, and unusual wear patterns. Even an ugly coin can become desirable if it shows something uncommon or distinctive. Additionally, as time passes, coins from the 1990s are slowly becoming more collectible, especially in specific conditions or with unusual characteristics. Some collectors even specialize in circulated or problem coins, appreciating them for their history rather than their perfection. In general, a 1997 Lincoln Memorial Penny in heavily worn or ugly condition is typically worth only its face value of 1 cent. However, coins in slightly better circulated conditions can sell for a few cents, especially in bulk collections. The real value appears when a coin has a rare error or unique feature. In such cases, prices can jump from a few dollars to even tens or hundreds of dollars, depending on the rarity and demand. High-grade, uncirculated examples of the 1997 penny can also fetch higher prices, especially if professionally graded. So while most of these coins are common, a small number can carry surprising value in the collector market. If you come across a 1997 penny, don't dismiss it just because it looks worn or unattractive. Take a closer look. Check for unusual features like misprints, doubling, or off-center designs. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its value significantly. Instead, store it safely and compare it with verified examples online or consult a coin expert. Building knowledge is the key to spotting hidden treasures, even among the most ordinary coins. Sometimes, the coins that look the worst can tell the most interesting stories, and occasionally, they can be worth more than expected. The 1997 Lincoln Memorial Penny may not seem special at first glance, especially in ugly or worn condition, but it represents a piece of everyday history and a potential opportunity for collectors. While most are only worth a cent, a few hidden gems can surprise you with real value. Next up, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark, especially in a rusty or aged condition. While it may seem ordinary at first glance, this small copper coin carries history, mystery, and in some cases, surprising value in the collector's market. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn might make you want to check every old coin you own. The 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during a time when the United States was experiencing rapid economic growth and cultural change. This coin belongs to the famous Wheat Penny series, which was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. The design remained consistent until 1958, making 1957 one of the final years of this iconic series. Coins without a mint mark were produced in Philadelphia, which was the main minting facility at the time. Millions of these pennies were struck, and they circulated widely in everyday transactions, making them a common sight in mid-20th century America. The 1957 wheat penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, facing right, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1957 to the right. On coins without a mint mark, you will not see any letter beneath the date. The reverse side showcases two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, giving the coin its popular nickname, the wheat penny. In rusty condition, the coin often shows discoloration, oxidation, and surface roughness, which may reduce its visual appeal but adds character and tells a story of long circulation and a At first glance. The 1957 no-mint mark penny is not considered extremely rare because of its high mintage. However, the condition plays a huge role in determining its desirability. Coins in pristine, uncirculated conditions are far more valuable and sought after by collectors. On the other hand, rusty or heavily circulated examples are much more common, but they still attract beginner collectors and hobbyists due to their historical significance. Additionally, error coins from 1957, such as doubled dies, can dramatically increase value and demand, making certain variations highly collectible. In today's market, a typical 1957 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in rusty or heavily circulated condition is usually worth between a few cents and around $1. However, coins in better condition can range from a few dollars up to 10 or more. If the coin happens to be in uncirculated condition or has a rare error, its value can jump significantly, sometimes reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. The key factor is always condition, rarity, and whether the coin has any unique minting errors. If you come across a 1957 wheat penny, take a closer look before dismissing it. Check for a mint mark under the date, examine the surface for unusual features, and look carefully for doubling in the lettering or numbers. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its value significantly. Store it in a protective holder to prevent further damage. Even if your coin appears rusty, it still holds historical value and could be part of a larger collection that grows over time. Patience and knowledge are the most important tools for any coin collector. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark may not always be a jackpot coin, especially in rusty condition, but it represents an important piece of American history. Its value goes beyond money, connecting collectors to a past era and the legacy of one of the most recognized coin designs ever produced. Next up, the United States Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1968 with the D mint mark. At first glance, this coin might look ordinary, especially in circulated condition, but hidden within its history, design, and rare high-grade examples lies a fascinating story that every coin collector should know. Stay with us as we explore how a humble nickel can sometimes turn into a valuable collectible worth real money in the auction market. The Jefferson Nickels series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and honoring Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1968, the United States Mint was recovering from a coin shortage that had led to the temporary removal of mint marks from 1965 to 1967. The 1968 D Jefferson nickel marked an important return. The Denver Mint resumed using the D mint mark, now placed on the obverse beneath the date instead of the reverse. This change became a permanent feature in modern U.S. coinage. With a mintage of over 91 million coins, the 1968 D nickel was produced in large quantities, making it very common in everyday circulation. The 1968 D Jefferson nickel carries the classic Monticello design that collectors recognize instantly. On the front, Thomas Jefferson faces left, accompanied by the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1968. Just below the date sits the small but important D mint mark, identifying it as a Denver Mint product. On the reverse, Monticello is centered with sharp architectural details, along with the inscriptions E pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it durability and its signature silvery appearance. One of the most critical features collectors look for is something called full steps. This refers to the visible steps at the base of Monticello. Coins with clearly defined steps are considered better struck and far more desirable. However, for the 1968 D nickel, strong strikes were rare, making full steps examples extremely scarce and highly sought after. In circulated condition, the 1968 Jefferson nickel is not considered rare. Millions of these coins were used in everyday transactions, and many still exist today. Most examples found in pocket change show wear, reducing their appeal to serious collectors. However, rarity emerges when we look at condition and strike quality. Coins graded in high mint state, especially those with full steps, are incredibly difficult to find. In fact, only a handful of full steps examples have ever been officially recorded, highlighting just how rare top-quality specimens truly are. This sharp contrast between common circulated coins and rare high-grade versions creates strong demand among collectors. Enthusiasts are always searching for well-preserved examples, and the challenge of finding a perfect strike keeps interest in this coin alive. When it comes to value, condition is everything. In circulated condition, a 1968 Jefferson nickel is typically worth its face value, just 5 cents. If the coin is in uncirculated condition, values can range from around $2 to $14 depending on the grade, with higher grade examples reaching even more. But here's where it gets exciting: top-tier coins can command serious money. A high-grade specimen graded around MS67 has achieved auction prices of over $1,000, proving that even a common coin can become valuable under the right conditions. This dramatic price difference shows why collectors carefully examine every detail, hoping to discover a hidden gem among ordinary coins. If you're searching for a valuable 1968 Jefferson nickel, always start by checking the coin's condition. Look for minimal wear, strong luster, and clean surfaces. The sharper the details, the higher the potential value. Pay close attention to the steps on Monticello. A coin with clear, uninterrupted steps is far more desirable and could be worth significantly more than a standard example. It's also wise to store coins properly in protective holders to prevent damage. If you believe you have a high-quality specimen, consider sending it to a professional grading service, as certified coins often sell for higher prices in the market. Finally, patience is key. Valuable coins are rarely found overnight, but consistent searching, especially through rolls of nickels, can sometimes lead to surprising discoveries. The 1968 Jefferson nickel may seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, especially in circulated condition, but its story reveals a deeper world of history, craftsmanship, and collector passion. While most examples are worth only face value, rare high-grade coins with exceptional detail can sell for $10 crore million at auction. This coin perfectly illustrates the excitement of coin collecting, where even the smallest denomination can hold hidden value. Next up, the 1995 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint. At first glance, especially in circulated or what many collectors call imperfect or impaired condition, this coin may seem completely ordinary. But hidden within certain examples are rare qualities that can turn this everyday quarter into a highly desirable collectible with surprising value in the auction market. Let's explore the history, features, rarity, and real dollar value of this fascinating coin. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin became a permanent part of U.S. currency due to its popularity. By 1995, the Washington Quarter series was well established, and millions of coins were being produced annually for circulation. The 1995 P quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the small P Mint mark on the obverse of the coin. During this time, the U.S. Mint was producing coins primarily for everyday use, not specifically for collectors. As a result, most 1995 quarters entered circulation quickly, experiencing wear and tear that reduced their condition and collector appeal over time. The 1995 P Washington quarter carries the classic and recognizable design that has remained largely unchanged for decades. On the obverse, George Washington faces left, with the inscriptions "Liberty" above, "In God We Trust" to the left, and the year 1995 below. The small P Mint mark appears just to the right of Washington's ponytail. On the reverse, the coin features a detailed eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. Surrounding the eagle are the inscriptions "United States of America" and "Quarter Dollar." The coin is composed of a copper core with a clad outer layer of nickel, giving it durability and its familiar silver-like appearance. In circulated or imperfect condition, these coins often show scratches, dull luster, and worn details. However, certain coins may display unique characteristics such as strong strikes, minimal wear, or even minting errors like off-center strikes or die cracks, which can significantly increase their desirability and value. In general, the 1995 P Washington quarter is not rare due to its very high mintage, which reached hundreds of millions. Most examples found today are heavily circulated and hold little more than face value. However, rarity is not always about how many coins were made, it's about how many survive in exceptional condition. High-grade coins with sharp details, original luster, and minimal imperfections are much harder to find. Additionally, coins with mint errors or unusual features can be extremely rare, drawing strong attention from collectors. Collectors are especially interested in coins graded at the highest levels, such as MS-67 or above. These coins are difficult to locate because most 1995 quarters were used in daily transactions. This scarcity at the top end of the grading scale creates strong demand in the collector market. When it comes to value, most 1995p quarters in circulated condition are worth only their face value of 25 cents. Even in slightly better conditions, their value may only rise to around $1. Uncirculated examples, depending on their grade, can range from $5 to $20 or more. However, the real excitement begins with high-grade certified coins. A 1995p quarter graded MS-67 or higher can sell for $100 to several $100s at auction, depending on its quality and eye appeal. Even more valuable are coins with rare mint errors or exceptional strike quality. These unique pieces can sometimes reach prices in the thousands of dollars, making them highly sought after by serious collectors and investors. If you're searching for a valuable 1995p Washington quarter, start by examining the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for coins with minimal wear, sharp details, and original shine. Even small improvements in condition can make a big difference in value. Pay close attention to unusual features such as errors, doubled designs, or off-center strikes, as these can significantly increase a coin's worth. Keeping your coins in protective holders is essential to prevent further damage and preserve their condition. If you believe you have a high-quality or unusual example, consider having it professionally graded. Certified coins often sell for higher prices because buyers trust their authenticity and condition. Most importantly, stay patient and consistent. Valuable coins are often discovered over time through careful searching. The 1995p Washington quarter may appear to be just another everyday coin, especially in circulated or imperfect condition, but its true value depends on details that many people overlook. While most are worth only face value, rare high-grade examples and error coins can command impressive prices in the auction market. This coin is a perfect reminder that hidden treasures can exist in the most ordinary places. Next up, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with the P mint mark. But not just any coin, we're focusing on those unusual rusty condition pieces that collectors are starting to notice. Could this common-looking coin actually hold surprising value? Stay tuned, because what you're about to discover might change the way you look at your spare change forever. The Susan B. The Anthony dollar was first introduced in 1979 as the United States Mint's attempt to replace the bulky Eisenhower dollar with a smaller, more practical coin. It was also historically significant because it was the first U.S. circulating coin to feature a real woman, Susan B. Anthony, a leader in the women's suffrage movement. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these coins in 1979, identified by the P mint mark. However, despite its historical importance, the coin struggled in circulation because its size and color closely resembled a quarter, leading to public confusion. As a result, the coin was not widely used, making it an interesting piece for collectors today. 1979p Susan B. Anthony dollar has several distinctive features that make it recognizable. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of Susan B. Anthony with the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the year 1979. The reverse showcases an eagle landing on the moon, a design inspired by the Apollo 11 mission, symbolizing American achievement in space exploration. The coin is composed of a copper nickel clad, giving it a silvery appearance. Now, when we talk about rusty conditions, it's important to understand that these coins don't actually rust like iron. Instead, they may develop brownish or dark toning due to environmental exposure, improper storage, or chemical reactions. This unusual appearance can sometimes make a coin stand out, especially if the toning is rare or visually unique. At first glance, the 1979p Susan B. Anthony's dollar may seem extremely common, and in many cases, it is. However, the rarity in coin collecting is not just about mintage numbers. It's also about condition, errors, and unique characteristics. Coins that appear rusty or heavily toned in a natural and attractive way can sometimes attract collectors who specialize in toned coins. Additionally, certain varieties like the wide rim or near-date version of the 1979 dollar are significantly more valuable than standard issues. When you combine a rare variety with unusual toning or condition, the demand can increase dramatically among niche collectors. In general circulation condition, a typical 1979 Susan B. The Anthony dollar is usually worth around $1 to $3. However, coins in higher grades, such as uncirculated or mint state, can range from $20 to over $100 depending on their quality. The real excitement begins with rare varieties like the 1979 wide rim, which can sell for hundreds of dollars in excellent condition. Now, when it comes to rusty or toned coins, the value can vary widely. Some may still sell for only a few dollars, while others with unique and eye-catching toning patterns can fetch significantly higher prices at auction, sometimes reaching into the hundreds if collectors find them desirable. If you're hoping to find a valuable 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar, start by checking your coins carefully under good lighting. Look for the wide rim variety, where the date appears closer to the edge. Pay attention to unusual colors or toning, but make sure it is natural and not artificially created, as collectors value authenticity. Avoid cleaning your coins, as this can reduce their value significantly. Proper storage is also important. Keep coins in dry, safe holders to prevent further damage. Finally, consider getting rare or high-quality coins graded by a professional service, as this can increase their credibility and market value. 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar may not seem like a treasure at first glance, but hidden within this historic coin are opportunities for surprising value. From rare varieties to unique toned rusty appearances, these coins continue to capture the attention of collectors around the world. Next up, the 2000 Sacagawea $1 coin, a modern U.S. coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. This is not just any coin, it's a piece of history, and in certain conditions, it can be extremely valuable. So before you ignore that worn-out dollar coin, you might want to watch this carefully. The Sacagawea dollar was first introduced in the year 2000 by the United States Mint as a replacement for the Susan B. Anthony dollar. The goal was to create a more visually appealing and widely accepted coin for everyday transactions. Featuring Sacagawea carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste, the design honors Native American heritage and the important role she played in the Lewis and Clark expedition. The coin was struck in multiple mints, including Philadelphia, which is identified by the P mint mark. The 2000 Sacagawea dollar marks the very first year of issue, making it historically significant and highly collectible. The 2000 Sacagawea dollar stands out due to its golden color, although it contains no actual gold. It is made from a manganese brass alloy, giving it that distinctive shine. On the obverse side, you'll find a detailed portrait of Sacagawea designed by Glenna Goodacker, while the reverse features a soaring eagle designed by Thomas D. Rogers. What makes some of these coins truly special are the rare variations, including the famous Cheerios dollar with enhanced eagle tail feathers. Even in dirty or circulated conditions, certain coins may still retain these rare features, hidden beneath layers of grime or discoloration. At first glance, a dirty Sacagawea dollar may seem less appealing, but experienced collectors know better. Circulated coins can sometimes be overlooked for treasures. The 2000 version is widely collected because it is the inaugural year, and collectors often seek coins in all conditions to complete sets. Additionally, rare varieties and mint errors can exist even in worn coins. Because of this, demand remains strong, especially for coins that show unique characteristics or belong to rare die varieties. The combination of historical importance and hidden rarity keeps collectors searching for these coins every day. In general circulation, a typical 2000 Sacagawea dollar is worth around $1 to $3. However, in higher grades or with special features, the value can increase significantly. Coins in uncirculated condition can sell for $10 to $50, while rare varieties like the Cheerios dollar have sold for thousands. Even dirty coins, if they contain rare errors or are authenticated as special varieties, can fetch impressive prices at auction. Some exceptional examples have reached values well over $5,000, proving that condition alone does not always determine worth. If you come across a dirty 2000 Sacagawea dollar, do not clean it aggressively, as this can reduce its value. Instead, examine it carefully for details such as mint marks, unusual patterns, or design differences. Consider using a magnifying glass or consulting a professional coin grading service. Storing the coin properly in a protective holder can also preserve its condition. Most importantly, stay informed about rare varieties and market trends, because knowledge is your greatest tool in coin collecting. The 2000p Sacagawea $1 coin is more than just pocket change, it's a modern collectible with hidden potential. Whether it's shiny and pristine or dull and dirty, this coin carries history, artistry, and sometimes surprising value. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed learning about these rare and valuable Lincoln Wheat penny coins, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories about rare coins that could be worth big money. Coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes the smallest coins can hold the greatest value. Keep checking your old coins, because you never know when you might discover a hidden treasure. See you in the next video.